Hello there!
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scrap of gold each!
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold. Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered, aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves. But no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the Order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Yeah? Far be it from her to tell her master what in the seven's name she's up to. The girl flew from here like she just heard the location of the Philosopher's Stone. She even left her pouch unattended in the next room. Most unlike her, to be sure. She usually keeps it within sight at all times. Very strange she'd leave it behind. It's in the next room if you'd like to take a look. I'd try her house, for starters. It's not far from here. I'll mark the location on your map. She realized soon enough that her little party tricks hardly make her worthy of such grave responsibilities. Treasure!
Another perfect heist. You sneak with the subtlety of a tried and true cat burglar.
Why, thanks. I rather do, don't I? Ha! A few more heists and I'll be a fat cat in no time.
No doubt about it, your easygoing sleight of hand impresses me greatly, and will certainly continue to be highly advantageous to us both.
That tone, soothing a corpse's troubled mind, can't have gotten far. To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter? Far be it from her to tell her master what in the seven's name she's up to. The girl flew from here like she just heard the location of the Philosopher's Stone. She even left her pouch unattended in the next room. Most unlike her, to be sure. To what do I owe the repeated pleasure, Source Hunter?
Not in the mood for cheese. No excuses for...
If only the popular girls from the Source Academy could see how edgy and dangerous you've become.
Beach.
Seems to me that should be the next stop in our investigation.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
For cheese? That excuse has more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison?
Toes.
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapours?
Heavenly herring, delicious dogfish, yours for a scrap of gold.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapours?
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse has more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman.
What's this? I found something.
I give milk. I give wool. And what do I get in return? One way or another, they always try to fleece me. Especially that Evelyn. She's out to get me. I know it. Meh.
Moo! Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's been so busy with his research, the poor dear hasn't had a proper night's sleep in months.
Bah! If you think black sheep are weird, try weir sheep.
Guess someone else got here first. Fortune!
What's taking tenderfoot?
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst for colour.
Fantastic!
So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm.
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut.
The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
Zombie ate your dog, orc sunk your ship. No matter, you're at Katerina's Fair, a veritable summer home for troubled minds. Won't you take a seat and let our esteemed entertainers whisk you off to a better place? Well, I'm Katerina the Fair, fairest first lady of the fair, of course. I do love making the acquaintance of my patrons, and who knows which of them might become one of my performers. I've an open stage in want of talent, and I've often found the best young performers among the rank and file of the audience. The theatre's fever has overcome you, has it? Marvellous! I do so love a fresh green talent ready to bloom. But I support players, not writers, you see. If you want to perform here, you'll have to find tried and true material. Check the library and see if any of the classics there interest you. I'd love to see a Source Hunters take on one of the old standards.
Fantastic! He craved creamy blues and gory reds that he ordered a contest across his realm.
Fantastic!
You look like an actor just waiting for his big
The
debut.
Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said
You
to
there?
have known Sigurd.
You look like an actor just waiting for his big debut. And who are you supposed to be? Oh, I should have been one of the greats. But here I am gathering peasants to watch peasants perform broadside pageants for peanuts. No, really? I hadn't noticed. If not for this ridiculous condition, you'd know me as the king's favorite thespian. Don't you have an impressive library here in Sicil? I'm sure that beast of a librarian could rustle something up for you. Performers, you there! Sit! Stay a while. Right in front. I'll excite you. I'll delight you. I'll beguile you. I'll besmile you. I'm Cedric the Sensational, and I'm playing to an empty audience. Don't pity me. No, sir. Just a few years ago, I was the all-singing, all-dancing, all-sensational darling of the town. People came from far and wide just to witness my amazing act. When Reginald came, he brought some fantastic prop with him. Now, have you seen it? A talking head. Now, I never expected a silly gimmick like that to be my main competition. It seems even my usually choosy audience has been taken in by that hack's little gizmo. I'm a man of skill, sleight of hand, feats of wit, and pure entertainment. This curio is ruining what used to be an art. And even when there's no crowd to speak of, old Reggie still has at least one fan calling bravo and hee-haw. Sure as the sun sets, that one devotee attracts 5 more, and those 5 more all curious about the commotion. I don't know how he inspires such loyalty with less talent contained between his hat and his boots than I've in my crusty handkerchief.
Fantastic!
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew...
What are you looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front of you. And look, there stands the world-famous Reginald the Entertainer. Better check it out if you don't want to miss the time of your life. Oh, I'm nothing but your average man taking in the best show I've ever seen. I'm amazed and astounded that for a meager gold coin or two, I can take in this first-rate entertainment all day long. Well, I've stumbled into quite the fine gig. I just let my appreciation for Reggie's work be known, and he slips me a few gold coins in return. My voice happens to carry pretty far. Cecile hears me. Cecile wants to see what the fuss is all about. And let me tell you, this amazing show just can't be beat.
Step right
My
up!
word!
Just waiting for him
Ah!
to debut.
Ha!
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines.
My word!
It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king...
Fantastic!
You there? You look like an actor just waiting for him. A familiar face. Come, watch the show. I promise it'll take your mind off a person whose sole job is to praise the performance and stir a crowd. A genius invention. No wonder Reginald has had such success. I knew his act couldn't have outshone mine on its merits alone. Please, you must hire him for me. Imagine the scowl on that conman's face when my rightful audience returns to me. A must-see event. Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Fantastic!
Today,
By the
I
seven!
think, a
What a
king.
tale!
The great
What are you
Sigurd-
looking at me for? There's a great show going on right in front. Well, I don't see why I should. Reginald and I have grown rather friendly, you know? And in any case, it'll be hard to pull myself away from this fantastic show.
Did he crave creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest
My word!
across his realm.
Fantastic! Tricks are for kids! This here is the greatest illusion
Fantastic!
in Andorel!
You there? You look like an actor just waiting
My
for
word!
Today, I think, a king.
My
the great
word.
Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba, who knew Elliot, who is said to have known Sigurd himself, that the king had a great thirst.
My
of
word!
So ardently did he crave creamy
My
blues and
word.
gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his realm.
I don't need to prove a thing.
Today, I think, a king. The great Sigurd and his rainbow of... So ardently did he crave creamy blues and gory reds, that he ordered a contest across his realm.
Ha!
Tricks are for kids!
My
This here is the greatest illusion in Andorel!
Fantastic!
You there? You look like an actor just
My
waiting
word.
for his big debut.
Tricks are for kids! This here is the greatest illusion in Andorel!
My word!
singing Stefan!
Fantastic!
Sicil's only sentient severed head!
My word!
Well, I guess it's been long enough since I've stretched my wings a bit, and it ain't so far of a flight now, is it? Maybe I will have a peek at what Cedric's up to over there.
Sigurd and his rainbow of war machines. It is
Fantastic!
said, and this I have heard from a ghost who knew Elba.
Come on! Come all! Can't you?
A familiar face. Come, watch the show.
You there! You don't look like someone who's ever been serenaded by a severed head. Step right up! Strange! You appear to be my only client. Did the whole of Sicil eat some bad chicken, or what? What a generous spectator! Find a seat in the front, eh? I am Reginald the Illusionist, purveyor of the most amazing artifact in Andevale. This fantastical talking head. Catch the act while you can. This show will only remain in Sicil as long as there are Legion soldiers to entertain. I knew that fool could never have garnered so much as a guffaw on his own merits. I'll see to this matter immediately.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to prepare for the next show. Autographs will have to wait until the end. I doubt I have to tell you that I am the amazing singing Stefan, the only sentient severed head in Sicil. My audience sings my praises from hill and dale. Psst, you're a source hunter, aren't you? Oh, bless the seven. Look, you've got to help me. I've been kidnapped. Pleasure to meet you. Now, please, Stefan has many fans to meet today. Psst, help me. Take me to Reginald's cellar. There I will reveal everything. It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it then. Ah, a little privacy at last. Out of earshot of that contemptible jester. We can finally speak freely. Where shall we begin? My true name is Nick. In life, I was an entertainer aboard the ship of the famed Pontius Pirate. I once dared to defy him and he savagely beheaded me for the attempt. Little did I know the abuse was only beginning. A wandering sorcerer, mad as the day is long, found my severed head on the beach and resurrected me. I spent months in his company listening to him blather on about his every inane opinion. When I asked him to return my head to my body, it must be in the Black Cove still, he became enraged and tossed my head into the sea. Reginald stumbled upon me some days later and consigned me into his horrid little show. I know not how long I've been entertaining slack-jawed imbeciles at the Seal Fair. All I know is I just can't take it anymore. That charlatan doesn't have a lick of his own talent, so he begs, borrows and beats it from those of us with a real vision for the stage. What I wouldn't give to give old Reggie a swift kick in the jugglers. Oh, to have legs again. More than anything. But the chances are so slim with the Black Cove utterly infested with Pontius's undead cronies. My poor lost body is among them, sightless and silent in their vile company. For all I know, they're using it as a coat rack. Traveller, if there were any way you would brave the cove's depths and reunite me with myself, you'd be doing me the only kindness I'd have received in as long as my poor memory serves. It won't be the worst indignation I've suffered. Get on with it then.
This is the
Come on!
finest show
Come
in the
on!
land!
Can't you
charlatan.
hear the stage
right.
calling you?
All right.
Tis I, Reginald the Illusionist.
Sherman, show all of
Have some pity.
It's all over now. Without my clients, I'll starve. I'll be thrown into the cold. I'll have to sell my favorite silk underthings just to pay for firewood. This inbred fool of a monkey has ruined me! Don't speak that name in my presence. I'm certain he's either bewitched or bribed my crowd away from me.
Oh, that Gallagher is quite the performer. One of my own ilk. Sometimes all the flies need is a little honey, eh? And things are certainly buzzing around here.
He's a con man! Don't donate your time to that...
Enjoying the fair, aren't you? Of course. Right away, my dear, just as fast as your boots can carry you. You found something decent to perform, I trust, and you speak to Master Chaucer if you're ready.
Tis I, Reginald the Illusionist!
What is it this time?
The Illusionist!
Katerina's given the go-ahead, has she? Oh, very well then. Tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your places and gather you whatever crowd of drunken yoke ready for your trial by fire, you mean? There's no more savage... Not planning on playing to an empty audience, are you? Wait until I've gathered some victims to witness the spectacle, and then you can begin. Any last word?
You hear distant mutterings of curiosity as a small crowd shuffles toward your stage. A few moments longer, and everyone will be seated. Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is. The stage is yours.
If I wanted to wait around doing nothing, I'd get a job at...
Tis I, Reginald the Illusionist.
Performers, showmen, show all of the... Cyseal, what you're made of!
Tis I, Reginald the Illusionist. I said, tis I!
What is it this time? Katarina's, tell me when you're ready to begin, and I'll show you to your... Ready for your trial by fire, you mean? Not planning on playing...
You hear distant mutter... Now. Let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is. Now, let's not be hasty. They may be dragging their feet, but your show is sure to knock the crowd's socks off. As soon as they settle into their seats, that is.
Tis I, Reginald the Illusionist.
The stage is yours.
He's a con man! Don't donate your time to that charlatan!
Oh, I hope there's an encore.
The crowd seems to know the tale. They wholly approve of your beginning.
Bravo! Oh, I hope there's an encore.
Fantastic! The Illusionist!
Wow.
Fantastic!
Anyone got an old tomato?
The audience seems perplexed by your retelling. Perplexed and enraged.
Tis I, Reginald the
Good show!
Illusionist!
The crowd seem quite impressed with your delivery. Keep it up.
Oh, I hope there's an
He's a
encore.
con man! Don't
Good
donate
show.
your time to that charlatan!
All right. Leave the acting to the real
A
actors.
swell of unkind adjectives and four-letter nouns stream upward.
All right.
I thought this was supposed...
He's a con man! Don't
The crowd is completely appalled by your retelling.
You there!
I haven't felt
you look
so
like an actor
unfulfilled
just
since
waiting
my
for
wedding
his
night.
big debut.
Tis I, Reginald the Illusionist! Wow! I said, tis I, Reginald the Illusionist!
Performers, showmen, show all of the... Cyseal, what you're made of. Apart from beer and flatulence.
My gods, he's gone!
All right.
wow.
Cedric's show is a doozy! Woo!
Performers, showmen, show all of the... Cyseal, what you're made of. Apart from beer and flatulence.
All right. All right.
Performers, showmen, show all of the... Cyseal, what you're made of. Apart from beer and flatulence.
Wow.
All right.
Performers, showmen, show all of the... Cyseal, what you're made of. apart from beer and flatulence.
Cedric's show is a doozy! Woo!
All right.
Come one! Come all! Can't you
This
hear the
is
stage calling you?
finest show in